Hi guys, so as you know, I'm your Vice President and I've got 9 things I want to do next year, but I'm going to concentrate on a few of them. First of all, general meetings happening once a month. You're going to get a newsletter beforehand and you're just going to get all the issues that are happening. You get to question committee members, which we don't, not like question time, but you get to ask them what's going to happen. I might also like to sponsor mooting bundles or advertise it better, because I know we did this year, but it just wasn't advertised as well. Mini debating competition, you'd get that at first term, and we have an intertemporal competition that takes place in February, so it's a great chance for you to do something a bit shorter. Cross-examining evenings taking place in second term, and I've already spoken to Selena and Owen, and they're more than happy to help. An improved buddy scheme where we'd have first, second, and third years in groups, so that way you could question the second and third years, like how did it go, how was your coursework, just a lot easier for you to know what's going on. And 2 annual events, a sports day and a beach day. Not everyone wants to travel to Europe, and a beach day would just make it accessible to international students that don't have a visa, or just to anyone that just wants a day off. And finally, a postgraduate rep.
Time.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, so I'm Louisa. The law as a subject here has gone up to 15th on the league table this year, and that's the highest we've ever had, and a lot of that's to do with the Law Society. You want someone as head of your Law Society that is approachable, has a bit of personality, but is equally, when it comes down to it, can be serious, but is also up for having a joke as well. My focus for the committee this year is to make it as approachable as I can. I'm open to ideas from you all. I'd like to do podcasts every 2 weeks, so you'll be able to see me, other committee members and members of the society on camera telling you what's going on. So instead of having it on a newsletter, we'll have it all visual so everyone can clearly see what's going on. I want to set up a Law Society blog where members can post issues. I was talking to someone at the Inner Temple University dinner last night in Kiel. They've got one, it's thriving. They've got law firms both in the city and regional firms sponsoring their blog. Thirdly, I'd like to appoint an international student rep. My friends that are international students have come to me and they've said, look, we've come here and the system of law we have in the country is completely different from mine. So the vote for me would be because I'm approachable.
What would you do different to Ross and why would it be better?
Leave the room.
So I wouldn't necessarily like to say better without like making Ross's ego too big. I think Ross has done an amazing job, and I think the thing about Ross is Ross has got a lot of charisma, and I think that I've got people who've seen me dancing to Proud Mary on a pole in Amsterdam know that I've got a bit of personality, but equally I get stuff done. I've done really well this year. I've competed in the competition of client interviewing, mooting, street law. When it comes down to it, I work bloody hard, but when I want to have fun, like Ross, I do. And the things I would like to improve are things that say, much like the podcast, because some people just need that extra kick up the arse to get involved in things. So I think by doing those podcasts, putting my face out there as much as you probably don't want to see it, and also by doing appointing international student rep to show that their voices are going to be listened to, and also by having this blog that members can really get involved in the society and really put their faces out there and know that actually we're all down to earth and we all just want to have a laugh, and you don't necessarily want to get on a pole in the middle of Amsterdam.
Time.
So, like I said, I want to do the general meetings, and that doesn't just make me approachable, but make sure that every committee member is approachable. So, I can't just say that I want to be approachable, I want to make sure that you can speak to any committee member. And I don't think we've had that before. I don't think we've had a chance to discuss union things, because obviously the president's also a union rep, and you should be able to bring forth your union opinions to me so that I can present everyone's opinions and not just my own. And yeah, thank you.
What are your views on mini competitions? What do you think the benefits of it are, and do you not think that it might take away from the competitions which are ran yearly?
So I do think this is a directed question, first of all.
I just want to see views.
Yeah. Well, I think the mini competitions are good because some people get kicked out of the competition early on, so it just gives them a chance to do something else. And obviously, we just run the 3 competitions, there's not much else we can do besides career events. So if you get kicked out of negotiations and you're not in any other things, you can do cross-examining. And it's just another skill that you can put down on your CV. Obviously, students would like something extra to do, and just to say to a barrister, like, yes, I've tried that out before. It's not going to take a lot of work, because obviously the law school would love to help us out. Like I said before, they said yes.
See, I'm of the belief that we don't want people to get competition fatigue. We don't want people to think they're having so much to do that we actually don't get many competitors in everything. So, all that's something we could look into with the competition coordinators. I'm quite a fan of what Emerald has done this year by running 3 separate sessions for mediation, so giving people a chance to compete. without having a ridiculous amount of choice and actually not having enough competitors. So we know this year that advanced mooting only had 3 people that signed up. So we want to make sure that those competitions, no, because there was, and if we had, I think we had other competitions going on for, it's something we could definitely look into, but I think it would be much better to have the 3 main ones and actually looking into maybe having it for longer than 3 weeks, maybe having it for over a short amount of time, not a whole probably semester.
What do you think is the best thing about UEA Law Society, the thing we do best, and the thing you would really like to sort of keep on doing best next year and championing, and how would you ensure we keep that as the best thing we do?
So I think the best thing about UEA Law Society, I know that when I came to an open day, was that everyone was approachable. The reason I wanted to come to UEA was I went to the lecture theatre, and this guy was talking to me about Pimp My Barrow, and I thought, you know what, these people, I mean, I'm someone who absolutely hates, I hate pretentious people, I like people who are down to earth and willing to have a chat with me, and that's the vibe that I got from the Law Society representatives that were there back in, what was it, 2011 or 2012 when I came here. And that's something that I definitely want to keep up, which I would do through various means of communication, such as podcasts, such as blogs, and working with everyone to make sure that we're out there in your year groups, making sure that everyone knows that we're approachable, down-to-earth people who want to help you on your way to legal success and non-legal success.
So I think our best quality is our connections with the UEA Law School and the University of Law. They give us the best opportunities, they invite us down to their events, they come here, they teach us things that sometimes our law school misses out. So I'd like to keep that going. I also like the fact that we have connections with Clyde & Co and other international firms. Recently I spoke to Ropes & Gray and they were more than willing to come and have a talk with us. It's just those connections that make the law school more than it is. The Law Society, sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Let's go to Sam.
How are you going to promote law to non-lawyers?
So I know that the non-law rep didn't really work out, but I would like to continue that. And I thought in Freshers Week we should have approached more students that were, even if they said, oh, we don't take law, I think we should have made it more convincing and put forward to them that we do more than just law stuff. We meet other firms. Sometimes we have non-law firms come over and give talks. So I think it's more about how we approach students and not just appointing a rep, it's how we speak to them. But yeah.
I think that we should, in the first couple of weeks, hire out one of the stalls in the hive and give people a point of information. I also think that we should send out emails perhaps to things like development and things like that, telling them about the society and where they can come and meet us in the hive and we can talk about what we do. Another idea I think that puts people who are non-law off is the fact that all the competitions are very law-based, obviously because we want to all be lawyers. What I'm thinking about doing is perhaps starting up a small drama group in the society as an opportunity for maybe just running over a shorter period of time, but maybe just giving them something in the society that doesn't go, oh gosh, client interviewing, I don't do law, I can't do that. Something like that, or something similar, where they can feel like they can take part, that when they pay their £15, they're going to get something for their money rather than not being able to compete.
Rob, visual how to.
Obviously, student participation in the society is one of the key things at the start of the year which we need to promote. We've done really well with it this year, we've been nominated for an award. How would you maintain that, if not improve, student participation in events at law firms and the competitions in general?
So I think we could improve the participation by firstly, as I said before, doing the podcast, because then it's putting all of our faces out there, it's putting the coordination, the heads of competitions on a screen in front of people, explaining what they're doing, how a competition works. We could even, on the camera, we could stage a client interview so people could see actually what they're letting themselves in for. Also, something I'd like to do that I know, so from this girl I was talking to at Kiel at dinner last night, they have a lot of dinners with barristers that they ask to come in, and they organise their own dinners and things. So I think I'd like to perhaps look into organising an event with local judges, local barristers and solicitors, and I volunteer for Norfolk Constabulary, so we could get people from there coming in to liaise with you in a formal dinner setting, because I think, as shown yesterday, the furthest we go to things like that is London, so it'd be nice to have something in Norwich where we could arrange that as well to get people encouraged. Yeah, thank you.
Right, so like I said in my manifesto, a newsletter would be sent out where you'd get information from Owen, from the Law Society, from the union, and we just have, it does come out as a lot at once, but at least you have everything in one file once a month, and you'd be like, if you've forgotten something, you can go back to that one file and make sure it's there. And another thing I'd like to do is we did discuss this year, but it didn't really work out. We wanted graduate night where we would invite all of our students that graduated and ended up as solicitors and barristers to come back and tell us how they got there. Because you'll notice that people that graduated from UEA are always a bit more comfortable around UEA students and give you more personal advice. They know what you're going through. It's different when it's someone that's graduated from Cambridge. They won't have the same perspective. Yeah. Thank you.
How would you ensure that members are getting, their money's worth out of society?
First of all, I think when you do take part in the Law Society, you kind of want to take part in competitions, because that's the big point of it. And you get to go to all the careers opportunity and events, so that's part of it as well. But with the general meetings, you get to vote on things, so it's like being in a big company, you have a share in something, and you'd be able to have a bigger say in it. So that's more of a, you get to have a personal opinion in how things are run, so I think that's how you can get your money's worth as well. And then the other thing is, I'd really like the sports day to be free. So that would be one of the big annual events that you could attend, which would be completely free, just for you to have fun, meet your lecturers on a more comfortable basis. It's just we need to find more events that are free yet sociable and not usually based at night. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, I completely agree with you, Chloe. I think that people should want to get value for their money. So I think in the society, we don't really do enough with Norwich Crown Court. I mean, people don't realise that you can just go watch a case at any time. So I'd like to get people together to go watch cases there, and also reimburse some people's travel to go and watch some cases in the Supreme Court in London. I would like to, as I've mentioned before, potentially looking to setting up some sort of small drama thing we can perform. I'd like to do, potentially, I was lulling with the idea earlier in the week, doing a talent competition. One name I had was Barristars in Their Eyes, something like that. I was playing around that idea, because I think actually we've got a lot of talented people in the society, but actually probably don't really get the chance to do it. So things like that, just making sure there's things that are for lawyers and that are for non-lawyers, and things like if we organise a meal with local firms in Norwich, that we can have money off that. And I think I understand that we want to have value for our money, but I think by including extra things aside from the competitions and just making us a really universal society, and noticing that as well as the law things, we've also got non-law areas where people can really express their interests and talents that we all have. Yeah.
Complicated. How are you going to support aspiring barristers, or is that something that you're concerned with?
So firstly, as I've said about the dinner, I think we definitely would like to organise one in Norwich with barristers that come in and can actually engage and talk with students. Last night I had the chance to talk to a leading QC about his life, and that it'd actually be nice where if we had it in Norwich, there was only 6 of us that went yesterday, if we could have everyone going. I would like to get more barristers to come into Earlham Hall and talk about different areas of law other than criminal law, so they can come talk, because I think there's probably a bit of a focus too much on criminal law, maybe in terms of the workshops and things that we have. So I'd like people to come in and speak in Earlham Hall, if we can get that to happen, and engage with students and give them workshops and encourage more people. I think I would like to set up, if I do get selected, set up a small group where people, every week we can post, does anyone want to come to Norwich Crown Court this week and sit in the courtroom and have a look? Because you can go, I've done marshalling, and you can go to the list office, get a list of the day, sit in the court all day, and it'd be really nice if on the Aspiring Barristers page we could actually encourage that more, because it's completely free to go and do. So, yeah.
So this year I did have a lot with the Aspiring Barristers. I was appointed Lincoln's Inn representative, and we hadn't had a connection with them in the past 5 years, so we got to go to their event about a week ago, and it was one of the most amazing experiences. And like Louisa said, we need to get them down here too. But I think more than just that, we need the BBP Law School and the University of Law to tell us more about it, since they're the ones that are teaching us about the BPTC. They need to not just mention the solicitor side, but they need to also talk to us about the barristers. It's also part of their job to show us both sides of the issue.
But if you had to sell to me why you would want to be president in 3 words, what would it be?
It's going to be really cheesy. I love organisation.
Easy 3 words: approachable, hardworking, fun.
Obviously, at the moment, the law school and the Law Society have a very good relationship. How would you like to see that relationship develop?
So I would like to see it develop by having more events with the staff. So I'd like to make more use of the outside area of Earlham Hall. As Alex said earlier in her speech, that she was saying that actually students don't know that they can come to Earlham Hall and actually use it as a space. I'd like to have things that go on outside, so we can have barbecues and things like that. So I'd like the staff to be able to engage with students, and we've done really well this year as Social Sec in getting staff to come to Social, so staff have come to our quiz nights, and that was a lot of fun, even though they won. So yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd like to do. I think I am someone who would really be able to engage with Peter and with the other law school staff, and report to them any problems you have, and I feel that you'd be able to come to your problems to me, and I'd be able to convey them.
So referring back to my Lincoln's Inn event, I asked staff at Spinakis, Owen and Selena to attend with us, and we did actually get all three of them fighting over the position, but staff speak from there. So we did get a professor attending the event with us, and that was a really different experience. It felt like we were more formal. If we have our professors attend these events with us, we'll just make sure that they're there by our side. Just looks like we're more than just a society, we're the society and the law school. We need to put ourselves forward to the rest of the firms and everything and show that we're the law school and the society. We need to bring a representative from the faculty with us. And the other thing is that we have to make sure that when we need to be more than just, it's hard to explain, but when we approach our professors and stuff, we just think of them as professors, but we need to understand that they're people too and include them in our activities. Like Owen I've attended 3 of your mock trials just because I've become good friends with Owen recently and he's been asking me to fill in. And when we reach that level of friendship, we help each other out more. So yeah, thank you.